Loretta McNary. We have a very interesting and inspirational story for you today, one I know you're going to enjoy. But before we go any further with the topic today, let me introduce my very special guest, Ms. Iman Nelson. Hi, Iman.
Hi, Ms. McNary.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
I know you're doing great and you're doing a lot of stuff. So tell us what's going to happen, and then we'll talk about what National and Global Youth Service Day is all about. But you have some events planned for April 20th through the 22nd. You won some stuff. So first, let's talk about you, and then let's go into the Global Day.
Okay. Well, I'm Iman Nelson. I'm an 8th grader at the Memphis Academy of Science and Engineering. I have a 3.67 GPA, and about the National Global Youth Service Day, I won a $1,000 grant to make the project happen.
Wow. So you were one out of how many in Tennessee that won this?
Oh, wow.
Were there several people?
There was
and you were one in how many in Memphis then?
Actually, nobody in Memphis won it.
You're so humble and modest. This is a big deal. You won this, and a lot of people applied for it, but you were actually awarded the grant to make your weekend happen, and you chose to do what with your weekend?
Well, on the first day, I want to have, like, teen issues workshops, because since I am in, like, junior high, middle school, I noticed that a lot of my peers have a lot of problems that they need help with, and a lot of adults, they've been through them. And the adults, even though sometimes it seems like they don't know what we're feeling, they've been through it too. So on that workshop, on the opening kickoff night, they can tell them about it, and they can help them with their problems. So just let them sort through them.
Okay.
And on Saturday, there's going to be a dance. On the Saturday morning, there's going to be a cleanup, and they're going to be cleaning up. Let's see, State Line to Brooks Road in Whitehaven.
Okay, principally from okay.
And after that to show my appreciation to everyone that helped with the cleanup, which is going to be a lot of churches and schools and organizations, there's going to be a dance that night. I hope that it can be at the YMCA or somewhere in the Whitehaven community.
Okay.
And on Sunday there's going to be some more workshops. There'll be, the most important workshop on that day will probably be interfaith.
Okay.
And there's going to be a lot of different ministers talking about different kind of religions that's in the Memphis community.
Okay. So do you consider yourself a youth leader?
Well, I'd like to. I like to take a stand and try to change things that's happening in Memphis, because, like, every time you turn on the news, you see something about people and youth getting in trouble and violence and stuff and gangs and a lot of stuff, and I just don't think that it's every youth. So
right.
If we could get all the youth out of it, it'll just be
more positive. I want to tell you are definitely a youth leader. You're an extraordinary young lady. I'm so proud to know you and to hear all the good things you're doing. But has it been easy for you? Because anytime you're playing something, you need to go for a little something, like one day, a 2-day workshop or something, or a 2-hour workshop. You have tackled a huge problem that we're already experiencing in our community, and then you decided to do something about it, but not just a little and not just talk about it, but you have just done so much, and I really want you to talk about that, because you're so modest and humble. You're not telling about all the hard work, because I know your mom has been helping, but you're driving this thing. So is it hard? Is it difficult?
Well, yeah, it is. I've been keeping up with my schoolwork so far, but lately I've been having to get out of class, and I've been doing more things. I have to stay up late night sometimes to reply to emails when people tell me that they're supporting me. And, I have to come on wonderful shows like yours. And I have to do a lot of different things. So, it's hard, but I think it's really worth it.
Wow. And how old are you?
13.
That all? Yeah, you get so much wisdom. Okay, there's a lot of stuff in this post. I want to kind of talk about the poster, because it really talks about the National Day, but we're going to have our local day. But the National and Global Youth Service Day is April 20th through the 22nd. And it's not only here in Memphis, but this is the day that people have said, let's do this thing national. Let's see if we can show the positive side of what our youth are doing, get them involved in community and faith-based organizations. Everybody come together and let's see if we can make a difference on just this weekend. If we can do it for a weekend, then surely we can do it forever. So when you heard about it, what did you think? What made you decide I need to do something?
Well, the first time I heard about it, when it was brought to my attention, I said that I don't think I wanted to do anything about it. I mean, first of all, I'm a youth myself, so I was thinking maybe that's for adults to help the youth, not for youth to help their own self. I was thinking, okay, I'm 13 years old, what am I going to do?
Right.
But after thinking about it and sleeping on it and having dreams and aspirations and visions, I just decided that, hey, I really want to do this thing. I want to see what I can do for my community.
Wow. At 13, you know what I was doing when I was 13? I wasn't thinking about nobody else but me. How about the youth, people your age, and you told them this, and I'm sure they've seen all the glamour side of what you're doing, but it's a lot of hard work, and we want to keep telling them that, although there is a glamour side. You've been on TV, you've probably been on the radio, people are going to interview you, but it's a lot of hard work. What has been the most difficult thing? Once you decided that, yeah, I have to do this, I just won't be able to rest or have any peace in my spirit if I don't do something. What has been, after that point, because I know that had to be huge, but after that point, what was it, the most difficult thing?
Well, the most difficult thing was probably keeping up with my schoolwork. And since I'm in an Algebra 1 class, I have to learn integers and equations and different kinds of things. And I feel maybe if I had a bad day at school and I'd have to come to an interview or something, I just have to put all that away and smile on camera.
Not showing the pain or the struggle, huh?
Right.
You are so on your way, girl. Your future is so bright. But, I don't want to keep talking about you because I know it's more than about you. But, wow, I'm so impressed and encouraged just by you. So when I asked you about the youth leader, what do you think makes a great youth leader?
Well, I think someone that makes a great youth leader would be somebody that stands up for the community, and I mean, they put back what they think about their age. They put back about people saying that they can't do anything because they're youth. I think that if they stand up for what they think is right and they get their voice out there and they keep on talking and letting people know that something's not right and they think it should be changed, I think that makes a great youth leader.
Wow. And we didn't even prep this question, but you just went for it. Okay, let me ask you another question then, since you did so well on that. Are you comfortable?
I'm comfortable.
Let's go for a big ride. Okay, let's say that people say, well, who does Iman think she is? What do you say when people, who do you think you are to be able to do something like this? You're only 13.
Well, I think that I will be a youth leader. I think that, I don't think I'm stuck up or anything like that. I think I'm just trying to get my voice out there, trying to say that there's something not right in our community. I mean, like I said, every time you turn on the news, there's always going to be something about youth being in gangs and violence and somewhere Hated You, Georgia Hills, White Station. And, there's just so many different things that you just see or hear about. And, I just wanted to change it. It just doesn't seem right to me.
Wow. Again, I don't want to keep saying it, but I'm so impressed with you. Okay, let me ask you another question. How can we get more youth to think outside of themselves, to be selfless, and get involved in the community to make a big difference?
Well, I think that most youth have the same kind of mindset that I had first, that they're youth, they can't do anything about their community, and that they only can do things for themselves and for their family and their friends. But if they tried to give back to their community and joined the volunteer program like this one, or at City of Memphis, like the mayor who's having his program, City of Memphis, if they just went back and joined the youth volunteer program and helped somebody younger than them, older than them, and just gave back to the community in any way, they see the difference after the project that they did.
Wow, and that's so true. You will definitely, it's like planting seeds. You water them, you plant them, you put some dirt over them, and that's what you're doing now. You're planting seeds, and I tell you, you're going to see a beautiful harvest. I'm going to tell you before the show, hang in there, keep on doing what you're doing, and start thinking about next year, too. But what do your friends say? Are they supportive, or are they saying, girl, that's too big, I'll see you next year, or when it's over, or what are they saying? Are they supportive?
Well, you know how they say real friends always will stick by you.
Yeah.
So most of my real friends, they're supporting me. They want to be on my board of committees for the workshops. They want to be on the panels. They want to come to the workshops, and they want to be on the environmental team and helping out with everything. And most of the people that, I don't know, most people they'll be like, well, I don't think that that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm going to see you later.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm trying to change their minds.
Yeah. I tell you, it's like having a conversation with another dog. Like, well, my real friends are sitting in here, they're helping, they're like, let's do this, let's do that. But people who are just not really my friends, they'll see me on the flip side, and you're okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I mean, if I could change their minds by the time that the project starts, that would be great. And every day I'm constantly talking to people like, you better do this. This is helping your community. Come on.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm changing a lot of people's minds, and I hope that more people they'll get involved and they'll just help their community more.
Right, because one people can make a big difference. One voice can make a big difference. But if we joined our voice, like I joined your voice with my voice, that's another person on board, and we can help twice as many people. And then your mom joins her voice with our two voices. Now, only do we have a duet, we have a trio. And then you see we're going a quartet, and then a praise team, and then a choral, and then a choir. So we need everybody to come and be a part of this. So ideally, what do you need us to do? What would you like for the community to do to help you with this event?
Well, I think that if I got all the schools involved and the churches and the organizations of Memphis, NAACP, churches, God of Christ, schools, John P. Freeman, all of the different, everybody in Memphis. I mean, if they just came out and helped their community, it would be wonderful. I mean, financial donations, even though I don't like talking about them, because as soon as somebody brings up money, people are like,
okay, I'm tuning out now, I'm turning the channel.
Right.
So we don't have to talk about it because everybody knows that, and they can call your number. What number would you like for them to call to get information on how they can financially help or volunteer their time?
Right. The number is 901-396-6300.
And that's so easy. We'll give it out again, but it's 396-6300. See, I just heard and I got it. That's so easy. Okay, so what about your relatives? Are they really excited for you and already signed up to help?
Yes. Well, most of my relatives are either in Milwaukee, Mississippi, Baton Rouge, California. I mean, they're all spread out, but most of the people that my mom and I would consider relatives, like my brother, and
I don't know what you consider to be relatives. That's good, Iman.
Well, like my godmother and other people that we met in Memphis, and we just get really attached to them, and we don't say that they're family, but they're really not.
Yeah.
Like they'll be really behind us, and even the people that are in Milwaukee and Mississippi, they're really behind me, and they send us money and encouraging words and a lot of things.
Wow. So are you already thinking about next year, or are you just trying to get this weekend behind you before that?
Well, actually, I have been thinking about next year. I've been thinking that maybe if I could plan more for more years afterwards, instead of just having it in the Whitehaven community this year, like keeping it local around me, I wanted to go into different sections of the whole Memphis area, and then maybe after going to I went to Orange Mound next year or something like that. And after going to all the different communities in Memphis, maybe the last community that I could do would be like maybe the central downtown part of Memphis, and that would be probably the biggest one ever.
Yeah, how cool. Well, we're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back and talk with some of your partners that are coming up to share, and also talk about what this actual day means, because we're talking about cleaning up, we're talking about you'll tell everybody, but they got to stay tuned, and we'll be right back and talk with Iman later in the show. We'll be right back.
I got to be honest with you, standing there is not going to help me make a decision. I'm going to need you to back off.
Do stuff faster. Add Comcast high-speed internet for as low as $33 a month for 6 months. It's way faster than DSL from your phone company. And now with Power Boost, your fast connection is even faster. Just call today for this great offer. Comcast high-speed internet with Power Boost. It's Comcastic.
Productivity expert. Be one instead of hiring one. With Comcast Workplace, now everyone in your office can get to work faster. Comcast Workplace brings you commercial-grade high-speed internet at speeds up to twice as fast as DSL. And with 24-hour business class support, it's no wonder Comcast Workplace ranks #1 in small business broadband satisfaction. Because you can't speed productivity with an internet connection that slows you down. Comcast Workplace. Speed, security, know-how.
Not good. Sir? What are you doing? There.
Don't pay through the nose. Save big. If you have Comcast Digital Cable, now you can add both Comcast Digital Voice with unlimited calling and high-speed internet for just $33 each per month for 1 year. You'll get 3 great products all on one bill. Just call 259-1400. It's Comcastic.
Does it seem like your phone bill is growing out of control? Then hold everything and save with Comcast Digital Voice. Now, with unlimited local and long distance, you can call anyone, anywhere in the country for as low as $33 a month. And with Digital Voice, great calling features like voicemail, caller ID, call waiting, and more are included. So stop paying for big phone service. Hold everything and save big with Comcast Digital Voice. Hold everything and call 259-1400 now.
Okay, Iman, I was asking you prior to the break to tell me what are some of the activities. I know we're going to have some workshops and there's a dance and everything, but what will you actually need people to be prepared to do? But you said it's going to be on Elvis Presley from Brooks to State Line, so what will actually take place? And then we're going to talk about our guests that we have on joining you in this.
Well, we have 4 workshops set up, and we're constantly getting more businesses to participate that are on the long street.
Okay.
And what we're getting is the organizations, the churches, and the community. We're getting them all out to clean up that whole area, both sides. And I have Sheriff Luttrell and Deputy Director Dobbins to help out. So if they see a sheriff car and a police car, they'll slow down.
Yeah.
And when I get the little elementary kids involved, maybe I wanted them to hand out Memphis City Beautiful stop litter bags so they can hand them out to drivers and ask them to stop littering.
Wow, you got it all covered. We're going to talk more about it. You have some partners, some people who say, well, since you're coming to Whitehaven and we already thought about doing something similar to this, why don't we partner? Why not, because 2 heads are better than 1. So we have Miss Willie Alexander, welcome, and Miss Fannie Clark. They're both with the Whitehaven Economic Development Corporation on the board. And you can tell us more about what you do, Miss Willie.
Well, the organization broke down into committees, and they asked me to chair the code enforcement and beautification. So Linda Smith, who is with Methodist, who's on the board, Miss Fannie Clark, and myself, who's with Cry Life, we had a meeting on Tuesday, and we were telling Linda we're going to start with the major fairway. Let's do Elvis Presley from Brooks Road to State Line.
Wow.
Then we'll go from State Line over to Airways down Holmes Road and Shelby. And as we were sitting there, Linda said, I just got a letter from an 8th grader. And when we saw the logistics of where she wanted to be, she actually said on the letter, Brooks Road to State Line, going down Elvis Presley. We knew it was magic.
Wow.
So that's how we got kind of tied into it. And one of the things that I think we've really learned, and I've heard it talked about for years, the youth really need us, and we need them. They need our wisdom, and we need their strength. So I think it's going to be a really, really wonderful partnership.
Yeah, and you cannot lose with that combination, wisdom and strength, and then everybody's very passionate about what they're doing, so I just can't wait. Not to see what happens, but see all the kudos and the stuff that happens after the actual event, because that's always usually the best part, because there's a lot of work. And it won't have to be really bad if enough people come out and support us. So you need people to be prepared to not only get something out of this, like the workshops and the dance and the kudos and the accolades, but you need them to roll up their sleeves and say, I'm committed to the entire city of Memphis, and we want to start in Whitehaven, let's do that. But we need everybody to come out, because everybody, regardless of your age, you can do something. You can do something. So she already mentioned the little kids can pass out the little litter bags so people can stop littering. Keep it in your car. Don't throw it out the window. I hate to see that. And so with code enforcement, what role will that play?
One of the things we're doing is driving down Elvis Presley and identifying the locations where there's trash. we're really sad that when the president comes into our city and comes to our community, they have to take a detour and go around the interstate. They just can't come straight down Winchester or come straight down. They just take a different route. And we want to, as a community, to really get our area just beautiful. We want to drive through and feel a sense of community. And when the youth, just to hear her say her vision, it's a vision that the code enforcement committee is working on. And she has just been so awesome with her vision, and we're going to partner, and we hope it's a quarterly thing and not just a yearly thing.
Wow, it's going to take a lot of involvement from other corporations and churches and schools to make it happen, because we don't want to get out there and then you guys clean it up, and then the very next day somebody comes in. So people are going to have to take a commitment of pride and ownership and say, you know, this is beautiful, this is what we deserve to live in a community where there's no trash, there's no graffiti, and everybody's getting out there taking care of their own, because hopefully after you go in there, you won't have to go back to Whitehaven, because hopefully they'll get it. They'll say, you know, somebody else had to come in and get us inspired, so to speak, and then she had to be a young lady in the 8th grade like David and Goliath kind of thing. So, man, who won't be inspired by you? I mean, you just don't get it yet, and that's a good thing, because sometimes when we get it, we think that our heads get big, but we don't want you to get it like we see it. But I tell you, you're going to do wonderful things. Not only this is just the start. So we really want to encourage more youth to get involved. So can you share, we're going to go with you. What can you tell, you said wisdom, so we have the wisdom, and she has youth, well, I guess because I'm in the middle, I got youth and wisdom going right now, and strength and all that stuff, at least I'm saying I do, but how can we get more adults involved in this?
I think when they start hearing the vision, a lot of times, adults have a tendency to not listen to the children. You're supposed to follow our instructions. But I think just listening to the wisdom of our children, and they're crying out saying, we want to make a difference, we want to do better, but empower us. And so I think if parents can start empowering the children, getting them involved like she's got involved, it will change the mindset. I think we need a mindset change. And once they start seeing beautiful things, and they start taking it upon themselves to want to make a difference, I think that will start changing the whole entire community.
Yeah, but do you agree that it starts with us?
It definitely
it's kind of sad that youth has to pick it up and lead us, but that's a good thing, because there are going to be some outstanding youth who are going to be so far ahead of their time, but it really should start with us.
Exactly. And I guess that's why the Whitehaven Economic Development Corporation is on that road, because we keep driving through and we want businesses to come, but businesses want to be in a place that's beautiful.
Right, and we want those businesses that are there to stay. It's easier to get them to stay than to kind of recruit other businesses. So, and then there's a little trash on the street. Yeah, you know, if I were going to open a studio or something somewhere, I would not want to be somewhere where there's trash on the street. That's so little. Pick up your trash. Don't throw it there. So, but to get a letter from an 8th grader, you know, how serious can you take that? And what happened with her letter that really said that made you think she's serious, and we really do need to provide some synergy with this event?
She came with a plan. She actually gave us a vision of the day. She didn't just say, send me money.
Yeah.
She really didn't even mention it. She put it into items, but still she wanted our support, and she wanted us there. She wanted us to serve in the panel committees and the little sessions that she has. So she's really put the plan together, and when you see how much time she's put into it, and then the execution from our support, we can do anything but support her, because she came with a plan.
So what are some of the people that have called? You have to name names, but has somebody called that you would think would call?
Well, actually, I think that most people that have called me, which are some of the most surprising calls that I've got and emails that I've got, have been from just regular people, like just single people that I have never heard of before. They'll call and they'll be like, okay, I have a daughter and I want her to be involved in it. How do I sign her up? And I'm like, oh, wow. And yesterday I was checking the website, and I had a tenth grader in my school. She emailed me. She said that, hi, Iman, I would be honored to help you with your project. And I'm like, wow.
A 10th grader, and I'm just an 8th grader, because I know you still get into that in school, and they're like up here, and you think you're right here. So when she wants to collaborate with you, you're getting in the 8th grade. This is a lot. So what about when Sheriff Luttrell said he would help?
Yeah, I had a meeting with him, and I was actually surprised when he said that he would help, because, I mean, you know how busy they are, and they have a lot of things that they need to do, but he said that he would be honored to do anything that I needed help with, and I was actually very surprised, and also when the Deputy Dobbins said that he would help too.
Yeah, wow. It goes to show, because not only did you have an idea and a dream, but as Willie said, you had a plan. You knew exactly what you needed, exactly how you wanted it to happen. You created this beautiful vision for everybody. So it was like it's almost already done. We're just trying to play catch up and make it happen, because I read the letter, and you did. You knew exactly what needed to happen. You knew exactly the right words to say, and you just put it on the line. It wasn't about you, it was about the community and you getting involved and all that. So how can more youth for maybe next year get involved with the National and Global Youth Service Day? Is there a website that they can go to and see what the needs are and how you apply for the grant?
Yes, it is. Well, the website that I created myself would be, you know how a lot of youth, they go on MySpace.com.
Oh, yes.
So what I decided to do is make a website on MySpace so they could check it out while they're on their MySpace. Okay. And that's myspace.com/7theyouthmemphis. And anyone can go on there. They don't have to be signed up for MySpace. They can just click on the website and they can read the information. I have everything listed out on there.
Wow.
Awesome.
Oh, my goodness, you have inspired me. And I know the other youth that are watching this, they're going to either call and say, "Go girls," or "How can I help?" But you just look forward to your phone ringing and people going to your MySpace page and just like, wow, if she can do it, then I know I can. So you will impact and influence people that you will never meet or know, and then maybe years down the road, they'll say, you know what, I got started because of what I heard and saw you do. So again, my hat's off to you. I want to thank you not only for coming and being a guest on our show, but for what you're doing in the Memphis community. Ms. Willie and Ms. Fanny, thank you guys so much for partnering with this young lady, because she knows she can't do it all alone. So I just want to commend you guys too for being a part of that and open. Even though she's in the 8th grade, you were open to helping her. So I want to thank everybody. And of course, can't do it without you all. I want to thank you so much for watching on cable tonight. I'm your host, Loretta McNary, and I will see you real soon.